This is an apple pie moonshine, but I'm guessing it doesn't look the way you really expected it to. And that's because instead of making it the traditional way, we kind of deconstructed it, used all the same ingredients, but put them into the still and distilled them to make this. How's it going, chasers? I hope you're having a kick-ass week. I'm Jesse, this is Still It, and if you're looking for a traditional apple pie moonshine recipe, sorry guys, this isn't the video for you. If you are looking for that, I've made that video in the past, and that was the inspiration for this video. Apple pie is delicious. It's one of the stock standard, traditional flavorings for moonshine, and I can tell why. It's delicious, it's comforting, it just kind of works. But I've always wondered what would happen if we took all those same ingredients, kind of deconstructed the apple pie moonshine, and used those ingredients to flavor the liquor in the still itself to create a clear, foolproof apple pie moonshine. That's what we're doing today. Time to charge the still. I'm using faints that I've collected from random rum and corn-based whiskies that I've made in the past. If you were going to create a wash specifically for this, I'd suggest following this recipe, an Oated wheated bourbon. Get the still turned on and heating up, ensuring that we are in manual mode, and crank it to 100% to get things warmed up nice and quickly. Get your still put together in pot still mode, making sure everything's ready, safe, and the water is at least ready to be flowing. While our still's warming up, let's get started on our flavor mix. Dice up roughly 1 kilo of apples. For me, that was 12 of these little but absolutely delicious guys. 2.2 pounds if you're following in freedom units. What's up, team? If you've been watching these videos and thinking that creating your own craft spirits at home sounds pretty cool, I agree with you, it's amazing, then now is a great time to jump in and get some equipment, because we have a new range of stills available on our website. The exact same stuff that I've been using in this video, and they're on sale at the moment. Check out chasethecraft.com to see if they suit your needs. Back to the video. Time to get back over to the still. It's heated up and we are collecting. Run the still like you normally would. We're just going to collect heads though. I used the typical rolling cuts method to decide exactly when I found hearts. Then you can cut the power and turn the still off. While the still cools down a little bit, we're going to put the apple pie mix into a pot at medium-high temperature and add a half cup of water to help it cook a little quicker. 2 cinnamon quills broken up and added into the pot. 2 nutmeg, cracked but not totally pulverized. 6 or 7 cracked black peppercorns. 1 star anise pod. And 7 cloves. Finally, 1/3 cup of brown sugar to help with the caramelization. Get it heating up and keep on stirring. Do not stop stirring for long. You don't want to burn this. The water is going to help and stop it from burning to the bottom of the pot. It will also help to cook the apple through quicker. If you start to boil off too much water, add a little splash in every now and again. When the apple is soft through, stop adding water, turn the heat down a little bit and cook it for about another 5 minutes until you start developing some nice golden brown color. The still should be cool enough now to take the head off so we can put our flavor mix in, but we don't want the flavor mix just kicking around and scorching onto the element. So I managed to cut the top off a hot basket, which just happens to fit into the still perfectly. That'll make sure the pie mix doesn't scorch onto the elements, so spoon the whole lot in. If you're not comfortable doing this, or you don't have something laying around that'll work, you can of course just soak all of the pie mix in the alcohol and then strain it and put it back into the still. Get the still put back together and warming up, but we're not done with flavor yet. You may notice that I've put the still back together with a vapor infusion chamber on top. So dice some more apple up and get a thin layer of that on the bottom of our vapor basket. Then we're going to add in 1 more stick of cinnamon broken up and another cracked nutmeg. Top it all off with apple as much as you can fit in and get it into the vapor basket. If you don't have a vapor basket, you can use a copper scrubby or something else porous in the bottom of your column and put the botanicals in on top of that. Just make sure you're not blocking the column. That would be really bad. I like to make sure I can still breathe through it. Time to get the still running like a normal pot still run again, but because we paused the run, there's a chance we're going to need to take a little bit more heads off at the beginning before switching over to collecting hearts. Run the still as normal, keep an eye out for tails coming near the end of the run, and get ready to enjoy some delicious apple pie moonshine. Seeing as this was already a faints run, I'm not going to bother collecting any tails. All of the heads is just going to go into the fire lighting bucket. I've proofed this down to 45% ABV. Let's have ourselves a little taste. And actually, first of all, dang man, this is one of those situations where smell-o-vision would be pretty dope, because this whole, like the whole shed, and it's a pretty big shed, legitimately smells like there's an apple pie being baked in here. Like, I walked inside to get a drink, you come back in, you walk through the door into the shed, and it hits you in the face. The smell is absolutely on point. I'm hoping that the flavor is as well. Yeah, it smells so good. The complexity of the apple is probably the thing that surprised me the most. I get stewed apple, I get caramelized apple, and I get really fresh apple, all like jumping out of the glass at me. And the baking spice is sitting underneath that, humming along. The cinnamon and nutmeg are pretty well balanced. I don't pick up anything else, but honestly, those are all supporting actors anyway. So cheers, team. Oh, wow. Considering we shot from the hip, this is about as good a result as I could have hoped for. Wow. Impression of sweetness surprises me, and the beautiful volatility of that fresh apple is amazing. After those kind of wear off a little bit on your palate, you're left with the stewed apple, the caramelized apple, and the baking spices just humming along really nicely. I think the spice to apples balanced very well, actually. We got lucky there. And most importantly, the cinnamon and the nutmeg are well balanced as well. I can taste both, neither is super overpowering. We haven't gone all the way through into that kind of dusty, over the top, like burny cinnamon area. But it's very, very evident. You can tell there's cinnamon in this by smelling it or tasting it. It tastes very much like the apple pie moonshine I made a long time ago, but it drinks completely different. The impression of sweetness is there, the taste of sweetness is there, but it finishes like a rum or a single malt or a bourbon. It just disappears off the tongue. You're left with a slight kind of creamy oiliness. And I'm very glad that we did a mix of corn and rum faints for this one, because the rum adds a little of that rum headiness to it, which is perfect with just about any fruit. And the corn brings that like traditional corn flavor along, which is kind of what I associate with apple pie moonshine. I'd love to hear your thoughts on two things. One, could we rebalance this, repurpose it, or add other ingredients to it? And two, how do we drink this? Because if you enjoy sipping on neat liquor, single malt, bourbon, rum, whatever it happens to be, you're going to enjoy this way more than a normal, traditional, whatever you want to call it, apple pie moonshine. But I get the feeling there's other things we could do with this. Is it a cocktail? Is it that you use this for a base for an apple pie moonshine? A little bit of back sweetening probably wouldn't go awry. A little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of apple concentrate, simple syrup if you wanted to keep it nice and clear. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your ideas. And of course, if you've tried something like this, or you do try it, make sure you come back and share your experience with everyone else. I'll see you next time, team. Keep on chasing the craft. See ya.